Hey there everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Puborama, and in today's video, I'll be breaking into the top 10 fastest armored vehicles in Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, what do I classify as an armored vehicle is very simple. Doesn't get blown up by one explosion. So, a sticky bomb, an RPG, anything like that, if the vehicle can survive at least one of them, I count it as armored. If it can't, then it's not really armored, is it? I mean, I guess it's armored against bullets, but apart from that, it's not gonna help you all too much. So I've laid all of them out in front of us, and we're going to start off with the number 10 position, being the Brutus. Now, it doesn't matter which edition of this vehicle you get, as long as you put the boost, which allows you to go really dang fast. Now, the Brutus has a top speed of 123.5 miles per hour. That's actually pretty dang fast. I think this vehicle can survive up to 3 explosions. The 4th one blows it up. That is the same for all Arena War vehicles. It's not great on handling, as you can see. That is definitely the big downside of Arena War vehicles, is the fact that they can't handle really well. But hey, you can put a cool shunt boost on it, which is kind of sick. You got some grenades that you can drop. I think these are slick mines, but you can also put EMP, sticky. There's a lot of options there. Plus, you can also have a little machine gun on the front. Overall, the Brutus is a pretty good vehicle, especially when you add in the fact that you cannot shoot it anywhere on the back. You can only shoot the front, which definitely makes it strong, although you do gotta realize that these windows are not bulletproof, which means one single shell into your face will kill you. In the number 9 slot, we have the Schafter V12 Armored, which goes at a top speed of 123.5 miles per hour. Now, the Schafter V12 Armored has 2 very cool things going for it. First of all, it has semi-bulletproof windows, kind of like Imani-Tech vehicles, and as well, it can survive 1 explosion. The second one will blow it up. What that means is that this is just a really good vehicle for getting from point A to point B. It's actually one of the best handling cars out there, and the fact that this vehicle is super dang cheap as well, I would definitely say that out of all the vehicles in this list, this is one I would suggest to buy for especially a newer player. The fact that this vehicle is fast, it's cheap, it has basic forms of armor everywhere. You can see the glass is semi-bulletproof, and if I did throw a sticky bomb on it, it wouldn't blow up, although I don't want to kill myself or have any of these vehicles as collateral. So yeah, it's a pretty sick car, and I would definitely say for the price tag, I think it's like less than 300,000. It's a really dang good deal. Okay, my character's kind of dumb, but next up we have the Issy Future Shock, but it doesn't really matter. Again, you can get the Apocalypse or Nightmare. The Issy goes at a top speed of 124.25, which is actually pretty fast. It's a pretty fun vehicle. You got some little mines you can drop. I don't exactly know how to use the mortars. There you go. You can drop mortars from your rear, kind of like how the Death Tampa has them, although kind of lame because they just kind of push people out of your way, and they're kind of hard to aim, but they're there. They do the thing, and then you've also got machine guns on the front. Overall, it's actually a pretty fun vehicle just for how small it is and the fact that it can take an explosion. Now, just like the Brutus, this does have the downside of not having any bulletproof protection. So once again, if I were to pull out just a pistol, boom, it goes right through the glass. You do have to keep that in mind, unlike the Imani-Tech vehicles, which we have now. First of all, starting off with the Dubachi Champion. The Champion has a top speed of 124.75 miles per hour. Now, I would personally say that the Imani-Tech vehicles are some of the best armored vehicles out there. First of all, they can survive upwards of 12 homing rockets, which is absolutely insane when you think about it. The fact that these vehicles can survive so many makes them incredibly durable and almost impossible to take out, especially when you add in the fact that you cannot home on these vehicles if you put the missile lock-on jammer. Add that in with the fact that these vehicles have semi-bulletproof windows, and it just makes all Imani-Tech vehicles absolutely fantastic. Now, some of them don't have semi-bulletproof windows, but this one, as you can see, does, so an absolutely fantastic car. Also, it's got great handling, which makes it really nice. The Buffalo STX is another really solid Imani-Tech vehicle. Buffalo STX has a top speed of 126.25 miles per hour. Once again, it has the same advantages all the other Imani-Tech vehicles has. It can drop mines, which is really nice. You can see, I think they're just slick mines, but it's still nice that you do have mines from this vehicle. Add that in with the fact that this vehicle also has a minigun on the front. Well, it's not a minigun, it's a machine gun. They're pretty lame, but you can put them on. But really, once again, the big advantage of this vehicle is the exact same one the Champion has, which is, first of all, great handling, great top speed, and as well semi-bulletproof glass, and that excellent missile capability. All Amani Tech vehicles can survive the same amounts of missiles. So if we pull out our pistol again, you can see that this vehicle has semi-bulletproof glass, making it really dang strong. If you want my opinion, out of all the vehicles in this list, I would definitely say that these two are really good. I actually think the first place slot is just as good as them, but for what it is, the Amani Tech vehicles are absolutely fantastic. Next up, we have, this one is the Impaler. The Impaler has a top speed of 130 miles per hour. Yeah, that's a pretty big jump in top speed. That is because the Impaler has the speed boost just like the other arena war vehicles. Oh, I drove over my own slick mine. Oh no, I drove over 2 slick mines. Okay, we're fine. But yeah, the Impaler is pretty dang fun to use. It's got a great top speed. It's got a lot of protection. The front, as you can see, has a lot of bulletproof protection. I'm not actually sure if it counts though. I might be wrong, so I should probably check this out really quick. Does it count? Yes, it actually does, as you can see. So you have to shoot through that glass right there, that little slit, to actually penetrate through this vehicle. So, yeah, the Impaler has actually got decent protection on the front and the back, as you can see. So, yeah, not a bad vehicle at all. The only thing you do have to keep in mind is, again, arena war vehicles, you can see just very slightly touching on the turning, absolutely suck on handling. So while these may have incredibly fast top speeds, they're definitely not going to be, you know, handling too well. I would really only use these types of arena war vehicles if you're going from point A to point B, and you need a lot of armor in the process. Next up, we have the Dominator. Now, the Dominator goes at 131 miles per hour, which is pretty fast as well. Now, the Dominator has some weird quirks going for it. First of all, you can drop what they call the Tombstone. I don't know what it does. Like, seriously, I don't understand the point of it. I don't know if it makes you faster or anything, but it makes the car look a lot nicer, I'll tell you that. But the Tombstone does give you a lot of protection on the rear, basically a shield that you can't penetrate. The front, well, it doesn't have the most protection, as you can see. I'm not sure if these count as bulletproof panels. Let's see. They do. Okay, well, that's nice. As you can see, you can shoot through them, but it's nice that you have that little bit of bulletproof protection on the front. You've also got that big old plow, which also works as pretty good protection as well. Overall, I wouldn't say the Dominator's an amazing vehicle, but it's one of the cheaper arena war purchases, so because of that, I do think it's actually not too bad. Oh, yeet! Oh my god! That vehicle is gone. That might be some of the biggest air I've ever seen from a ramp. So now we come into some really good choices. First of all, we have the Impaler. Now, the Impaler goes at, oh wait, no, this is the Imperator, sorry, Imperator, 132.75 miles per hour. I always get the Impaler and Imperator confused. Now, the Impaler, as you can see, it's got a lot of tire spin, but once you use that speed boost, this thing is incredibly fast, and unless you hit a slick mine. But yeah, the speed boost allows this vehicle to be really, really dang fast. Add that in with the fact that you do have kinetic mortars on the rear, the fact that you can get a plow on the front, and it can survive upwards of 4 explosions, just like all the other arena war vehicles. And this one's really strong. Now, I don't actually know how the armor looks on this vehicle because, as you can see, I didn't really put too much armor on the one I own, as this is what mine personally looks like. But for the most part, the Imperator, it's a pretty good vehicle. It's definitely one of my more favorite looking ones just because it's fast. It's got a super fast top speed, and it's a little bit more sleek if you upgrade it the way I did. Now we have a not arena war vehicle out of the whole bunch that are, which is the Toreador. Now, why is the Toreador so fast? This is why the Toreador is so fast, having an average top speed using the speed boost of 135.25 miles per hour. The Toreador is a must-have. First of all, it has missiles, and I mean, how can you not like missiles? Unlimited missiles. It's the only vehicle in this entire list that has missiles. The Toreador can also survive upwards of 5 homing rockets, the 5th blowing it up. Toreador can go in the water, and it can turn into a submarine. Yeah, the Toreador is by far the most universal of all of these vehicles, and the fact that it's in second place for top speed is amazing. The only problem is it is very expensive, and it has no bulletproof glass, which means one shell to your forehead is going to absolutely annihilate you. The final vehicle is actually another really good deal in my opinion. This is the ZR380. The ZR380 is incredibly fast, having a top speed of, let me just check what I wrote down, 140.5 miles per hour. Oh crap. crap. Oh, crap. I drove over my tombstone. But, yeah, the ZR380 is stupid fast. 140 miles per hour. I mean, that's 5 miles per hour faster than the next fastest armored vehicle. Add that in with the fact that this vehicle looks absolutely sick, and better yet, the entire front is completely bulletproof. You can see if we pull out a gun, look at this. You shoot everywhere. None of this counts as penetrable. The sides, yes, you can cut right through it, as you can see. And same for the rear. It looks like you wouldn't be able to cut through this, but no. You can see the glass breaks. But it is still pretty nice that this vehicle has that insane frontal protection. Add that in with the fact that this thing is so fast. And I would definitely say that the ZR380 is a pretty much must-buy when it comes to the armored vehicles, especially if you're going for top speed or just this. Boom! Oh my god. Either way, this is the list of the fastest armored vehicles in Grand Theft Auto Online. I'm pretty dang sure I didn't miss one, and if you think I did, let me know in the comments down below. Obviously, I'm not adding flying vehicles or tanks because tanks aren't fast anyway, so I don't know why I'd say that. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!